We're reopening and we start to see the market just really tanking, in these last 2 weeks and going back down and a lot of sea or red. Why is that happening? And this is where I start to get really irritated with the manipulation of the media of the facts. I feel like there's a concerted effort, and I know a lot of you out there are listening thinking, yeah, just now realizing this. It's not that I'm just now realizing it, but I'm just now realizing it to the point that it can actually be so obviously said to everybody in the public. I feel like there's a concerted effort here to tank this economy in this presidential election year, because I noticed very clearly in the mainstream news of all the news channels, which I watch every day because I have to with my job, I noticed that the protesters that started organically reopening Michigan and those kinds of areas come to mind. And, it was the news people just ripped their heads saying, oh my gosh, you guys don't care. You're so selfish. You're going to kill us all because of the spread. And then very quickly we had the awful, horrific, killing of George Floyd and the riots starting, and these very same people with this same type of group from some kind of protest saying totally different things. This is exactly what should be happening. This is, social justice and all these things. And then once the riots have, slowly calmed down, with the exception of these autonomous zones, what you see now is they're back to coronavirus. And that's the main story again. And you can't pick up any kind of paper, and you can't look at any kind of publication, you can't watch any kind of show where coronavirus isn't the lead story again. And they're really focused, hypersensitively focused on these case counts. And they're talking to you about case counts. But I want to remind everybody, if you go back into the depths of our shutdown, we weren't talking about case positive counts. Maybe that was one thing that was mentioned, but it was all about the deaths and the hospitalizations and the lack of potential ventilators and all of the equipment and all of these things. This was the whole point of it. And now all we're listening to are case counts, case counts, case counts. And guess what? The death rates are going down. The hospital utilization by COVID patients, by actual coronavirus patients, is way down. Elective surgeries are happening again because they've been restarted, which is why there are more people at the hospital, because now they're joining their coronavirus patient brothers. So yes, there's more hospitalization, but not because of coronavirus. Hospitalizations are down because of coronavirus. So the hospital utilization has gone back up to more normalized level, but the coronavirus usage is down. Deaths are down. Case counts are going to go up, and they're going to continue to go up because this is a very pervasive virus that is going to be spread as society is normal. And that's what happens with viruses. You cannot control a virus unless you come up with a medical protocol, a vaccine, something to stop it from creating death, or you completely keep people separated, which is not possible long-term in any kind of civil society. So therefore, we must reopen. We must see case counts go back up. But those people that are being affected, as long as they are not substantially sick to the point of needing hospitalization or potentially dying, then we have to reopen society and get back to our lives and just understand that there are some things that come like influenza every year that we still, after all these years, do not have a vaccine for. We have a shot, but it's for one strain and it will help you, or maybe it won't. And we live with that. And that's the way it goes. So don't be manipulated by the effort to show you that, oh my gosh, case counts are going up. They are. And they're going up in people that are young and that are asymptomatic and that are just going about their daily lives. Let's not allow the media to push our stock market down and push governors to reclose things when this is what should be happening. We should be having mass testing of positive people because we're getting to a herd immunity level now where basically people have antibodies and they're not getting sick. And that's called society, and that's called life with the virus. And this is just total manipulation, and I'm really sick of it because it's affecting our markets.